Want to be notified of every single video that gets uploaded to this channel? Well, all you have to do is click that bell, check that box, and there you go. Welcome to the Notification Squad. Now, I want to preface this by saying that this video doesn't have much to do with the story as much as it has to do with how much time we actually have leading up until the end of the fairy tale manga. As we know, Hiro Mashima back a month or two ago made a statement and essentially confirmed suspicions related to the Alvarez War being the final arc of his decade-long manga fairy tale. And after the confirmation happened, I, along with many others, have been asking how long we truly have until the end of fairy tale. How many chapters do we have left, and when will it end? And as of recently, Hiro Mashima has been delegating his cover pages towards what he likes to refer to as fairy tale memories. Each cover page we've seen for fairy tale chapter 525 on, excluding some instances of course where the cover pages don't pertain to this, are simply made up of the past arcs that we've seen from fairy tale, and Hiro Mashima essentially draws a tribute to these arcs within said cover pages. Many people believe that these cover pages are actually essentially signifying the end of fairy tale and acting as a countdown to the end of the series, where the final chapter will leave off commemorating the Alvarez War arc. So with this idea in mind, let's go ahead and start speculating when fairy tale will truly meet, and based on these cover pages alone, assuming this point on, each and every chapter from fairy tale chapter 534 on will feature a cover page in memory of a certain arc, with the cover page of chapter 534 actually being centered around the Tower of Heaven arc. We're likely going to be followed up with the Battle of Fairy Tale arc, Arashio Seis arc, Edelus arc, Tenro Island arc, X791 arc, the mini arc that follows the return of Team Tenro, the Grand Magic Games arc, which will likely also feature Eclipse, the Sun Village arc, Tartarus, Avatar, and lastly, the Alvarez War. In total, if the fairy tale memories cover pages are acting as a countdown to the end of the fairy tale manga, as many of us at this current point in time are assuming, then that actually leaves us with a total of 10 fairy tale chapters that will lead us into the end of fairy tale. And assuming each chapter releases on Monday, that will mean that fairy tale will reach its end on the date of July 10th of this year. However, something really cool is that the final chapter happens to release on the Friday of the week prior, then the final fairy tale chapter will actually be released on July the 7th, which is the exact same day that the dragons abandoned the Dragon Slayers. To be completely honest, I could actually see Hiro Mashima aiming to bring fairy tale to a close on this day, particularly as it is a very important day in terms of fairy tale, and dare I say it would actually be very symbolic and would add more to the ending of the story in general. That being said though, assuming that the fairy tale memories are acting as an official countdown to the end of fairy tale, it's likely that fairy tale will reach its ending during the middle to late summer of 2017. Keeping this time constraint in mind though, I really question how the series will be capable of coming to a close, and what we can assume is only 10 chapters, assuming that this is correct. But it really does feel as if we're reaching the resolution of the Alvarez War and a resolution as a whole, and you can really fit a lot of content into 10 chapters if the pacing is right, so we'll just have to see. Now, something I'd really like to bring up before ending this video off is a message that Hiro Mashima is actually leaving us with, a message that continues throughout each chapter within fairy tale as far as the fairy tale memories cover pages go, starting with the fairy tale memories 1, that being fairy tale chapter 525. The letters that we've actually received so far consist of Sa from chapter 525. Chapter 526 is I. Chapter 527 is Go. Chapter 528 is Ma. Chapter 529 is D. Fairy Tale chapter 530 up until chapter 532, as far as we can see, seems to have actually skipped out on this message, but we resume with chapter 533 with an N, and the recent chapter, chapter 534 with an A. Now, funny enough, if we were actually to combine these letters together and translate them at this current stage, so far it actually reads, "I'm sorry," which seems quite peculiar. Of course, it's a message in Japanese that will need to be translated to English, and that is the English translation so far. But if you get rid of the N and the A, it reads "to the last." Obviously, we won't know the full message until the very end, but it is still very interesting to follow nonetheless. With that being said, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, be sure to leave this video a like and subscribe for more fairy tale content and content in general revolving around your favorite animes and mangas. Tell me in the comment section below, what do you guys think about the end of fairy tale? Peace.